And welcome to Halftime here on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. My name is Gianluca DiGiacomo. Joined alongside me today, a very special guest here in Alumni Relations here at John Carroll University, Rory O'Neill. Rory, thank you so much for joining me, my friend.
Happy to be here.
Of course, so first and foremost, talk to me about the school year so far. It's been a kind of a hectic one, new conference, a lot of new projects for you guys. So how's it been adjusting?
Well, the Alumni Relations team and all the work we do kind of follows the school year. So the summer is pretty downtime. We're preparing for the year ahead. But once the school year starts, the football gets kicked off, we kind of light up our own events too. So we have a lot of regional receptions. We had one in Akron recently. We were in Chicago last week. We're in Pittsburgh this week. So we're all over the place trying to engage John Carroll alums wherever they are. We got 45,000 alums all over the country and all over the world. A good chunk of them live here in Northeast Ohio, so we do a lot of events here. But wherever there's a group of John Carroll alums, we're going to go out and find them and engage them with the university. So.
Fantastic. Yeah, and talk to me a little bit more about your role with alumni engagement. Well, what does that necessarily entail, especially in a time that's so transformative for the university?
Well, it's a fun time to be representing the university and going out and talking to alums. We've got an exciting story to tell from the new North Coast Athletic Conference, all these new buildings on campus, all the new academic programs we've got from the College of Health to new deans for business school, for the Bowler College of Business to the College of Arts and Sciences. It's a fun time to be talking about the exciting things happening here at John Carroll. So what the Alumni Relations Office does is, we want to really engage every single one of our 45,000 alumni with what's happening at the university, right? The good news about that charge is John Carroll alumni are incredibly philanthropic and incredibly proud of their university, and they want to help out and they want to stay engaged. So on one level, it's an easy job, but we also try and do a good job of making sure strategic groups like football alumni or women's soccer alumni, which my wife is an alum of the women's soccer program, or alums from physics. We want to make sure certain groups know what's going on with strategic things happening at the university. So
that's awesome. And you guys work holistically, but you also narrowed down some interesting projects, and one of the most fascinating that I've seen to date, the creation of that John Carroll beer with Great Lakes. How did that project come about for you guys?
Have you tried it yet?
I have not.
Okay, all right. Well, a lot of Blue Streaks have. So it's kind of a fun thing. So, we see other universities kind of have their own official beer. Kent State has one. You can see that here in Northeast Ohio. One of our other sister Jesuit schools, Holy Cross in Massachusetts, they have their own beer. And our office saw this and we thought, we deserve a beer. John Carroll University deserves a beer. I think the head of our alumni association, a guy by the name of Dave Robinson, when we told him this was a project that was happening, his response was, it's about time, right? Which is kind of fun for John Carroll alums. But, like any good development for the university, there's always an alumni angle to it. This project and this collaboration with Great Lakes happened because of alumni connections. So one of the founders and co-owners of Great Lakes Brewing is a John Carroll alum, Dan Conway, class of '84. A member of our Alumni Association board is a gentleman by the name of Jeff Cooliton. He used to do the advertising for Great Lakes Brewing, so he helped kind of facilitate our first meeting with them. We had support from Dan. And then one of the largest purchasers of Great Lakes beer in America is the Winking Lizard Tavern, a great string of bars and restaurants here in Cleveland, also owned by a John Carroll alum, John Lane, class of '82. So add those three together, and we really were able to have a fun conversation with Great Lakes, put together a really fun beer that brings the John Carroll community together. As we've been saying at all the events for the beer, one, we hope you enjoy this responsibly, which all Blue Streaks always do. And secondly, we hope you enjoy this with other Blue Streaks and members of the John Carroll community. And we've had several launch events. We had one at the Lakewood Winking Lizard, almost 400 people showed up. We had one at the Winking Lizard in Mayfield Heights, about 200 alums showed up, old and young, parents, it was incredibly fun. And then we had it sold in Heinens, across all 19 area Heinens. It was sold out within a week. So this was a really fun program, but it's been exciting for us to see how happy it's made John Carroll alums, how much fun they've had with it. Responsible fun, of course, but also it's helped us do some storytelling on the side, which we've got some more on the horizon for. So it's been a really fun project for us.
Fantastic. And with that, we'll cut to a quick break here on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. We're here with Alumni Engagements. Rory O'Neill, don't go anywhere.
This is more than just your next 4 years. It's becoming a force for change in a land of opportunity, standing shoulder to shoulder with the world around you. Here, you will learn to grind, fight, and overcome, no matter the arena, and build a professional network of leaders across every industry. This is a place where you belong. This is a place where you become. This is John Carroll University.
Looking for a change that could brighten both your lives and the lives of others? Meet Spark. We provide adult day services, homemaker personal care, and reliable transportation to help adults with disabilities live life to the fullest.
We create a safe, positive space where individuals can thrive.
We are proud to serve Lake, Cuyahoga, and Tioga counties, and our dedicated staff is always ready to support families and the community.
Spark isn't just about services, it's about making a real difference.
Visit sparkspecializedservices.com and follow on social media at spark_serve_lake.
And we're back here live on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Back in time for halftime for Mr. Rory O'Neill. Rory, we were talking about your role with alumni engagement, and it's homecoming weekend. Yeah. And, I'm sure there's plenty of alumni that unfortunately weren't able to make it. But, next time they come around on campus, what would you tell them to expect?
Well, for athletic alumni, I would encourage all of them to go to the connector wing of the new Athletic Wellness and Event Center and see the new Hall of Fame display. It was generously donated by Dave Rastoka, class of '90, Hall of Famer himself and a generous supporter of the university and the football team. It's an amazing space that really tells an amazing history of the athletic history of John Carroll, which is as impressive as any school in Division III. It's really well done. The wall art's amazing. The photos are amazing. A team I was on, the 2004 men's basketball team, we're in the Hall of Fame. Just seeing them in there is just awesome. It's an incredibly proud moment for any alum, whether they're athletic or not, to go see that space. I think one of the most standout spots of the whole hallway is the dedication to all of our alums working in the NFL. There's 40 of them up there. It's as incredible a show-stopping piece as we got on campus. And then kind of on the flip side, in addition to the Athletic Wellness and Event Center, Priscilla Library is recently renovated. We have the new project in Gateway North in Fairmont Circle. A lot of alums will say they don't recognize this place anymore, physically, obviously. But the same great John Carroll education that we provide, that hasn't changed in many, many decades. So there's a lot for everybody when they come back to campus. So.
Of course, and when it comes to engaging alumni, like you said, we have people all over the place. Even if they're not living in Northeast Ohio, how can they stay in tune and help the university, in their own kind of special way?
Well, so anytime an alum wants to reach out and help our students, we always say yes, because John Carroll alums have a great eye for serving others and helping others and knowing what's going to make a difference in life, right? Our goal in the Alumni Relations Office is we want alums who are knowledgeable about John Carroll, proud of what's happening here and proud of their alma mater, but we want them to be engaged, right? And we always talk about how there's 3 simple things you could do to support John Carroll and support our students. One, make a gift to the university of any amount to any designation on campus, right? I always joke that when I was a men's basketball player here, I ate a $5 cheeseburger after a game that was funded by a donor, and it was the best cheeseburger I ever had because we just had beat Mount Union in double overtime. So you can fund an experience in a major way that leaves an indelible mark, right? So we encourage alums to support any area of campus they want, and it would make a huge impact, right? The second thing is to help recruit the next generation of John Carroll students. If there's any good evaluator of who's going to be successful at John Carroll, it's our own alumni. And so many of our alums work in high schools, work in junior colleges, they work in communities where they know who's going to be successful at our university. So help bring the next generation to John Carroll, and it makes a huge difference. I think 1 out of every 5 or 1 out of every 6 current students has a legacy connection, so that's a huge part of our enrollment strategy. And the third part is, so many alums, so many John Carroll graduates got their first internship, got their first job, got their first professional experience because an alum reached out to them, right? There's a wonderful story of an alum in Buffalo who reached out to an alum on LinkedIn, asked for some help with a job, and the alum reached back and said, I'm not going to get you the job, but I'm going to put you in the best position possible to get that job, and she did. So, support the university with a gift, help recruit students, and then help hire our students, give them professional development opportunities. So many alumni can do those things, and that's what makes us a great alumni community, because people give back in amazing numbers. So.
Yeah. And to close out, you guys have so many new exciting projects going, from Great Lakes Beer to having Tim Misney on campus.
That's right.
What's next? What can alumni and the JCU community expect next from your guys' department?
Well, we have annual events like Homecoming Weekend, which we're experiencing right now. We have our reunion weekend for the classes end in 1 and 6, including my class of 2006. That'll be June 12th through the 13th. One of the biggest events we do every year is the lighting of the quad event. We have a campus Christmas tree. We have a new one this year. It's actually changed locations. It's right in front of St. Ignatius Hall on the Hamlin quad side. That's December 6th, Saturday, and that gets about 1,000 people to show up. Families, grandparents, people just want to be on campus for the holidays. This place is beautiful. any day of the year, but during the holidays when the clock tower is lit up and Christmas lights everywhere, it's one of the best events we do every year for families, and it's a wonderful day. We have our annual Founders Day events across 10 or 12 cities, April 9th. That's the first Thursday, I think, in April. But we're always doing things regionally as well. We have alumni chapters in about 7 or 8 cities, so there's always a way to engage with John Carroll, both in person but also from afar. So.
Absolutely, and that'll just about wrap things up, Rory. Again, thank you so much for joining me, my friend. And that was Rory O'Neill from the Alumni Engagement Office here at John Carroll University. Second half of action here on The Rock will be just around the corner.